I have a 2021 Audi A4 with a basic stereo system. I upgraded the subwoofer with this Pioneer 10-inch and ran a kicker amp to power the subwoofer separately. The kicker amp has key technology. You can download audio sound clips on your phone, and then you can use that to set it. The amp will listen to the sound clips and then automatically set the sound. I wish I would have ran a separate bass control knob that you can buy for the kicker amp. When I had everything torn apart, would have ran the wire up and installed it somewhere up front so I can manually control the bass without getting into my trunk and turning the adjustments on the amp itself. This installation took me pretty much all day. I'm not a professional. I've never installed a sub with an amp before. I have another video where I did my door speakers, but like I said, I'm not a professional. I made some mistakes. So I recorded most of the installations so other people would be able to see what I did wrong and then not do that. There were some issues that I ran into, and I pointed those out in the video, except for one issue that I ran into where the subwoofer was hitting part of the, I guess it's the sub bracket that this mounts to. You'll see in the video where it's not totally open, and it was hitting the top of it, so I had to trim that back. Unfortunately, when I did that, I forgot to record how I trimmed it, but I hope this helps anyone out that decides to do it. Your hands back in there. Really pry. And then just work it out. You gotta get those clips are in there really good. I know it was kind of rough, but it didn't break anything. That's how you have to do it. Taking this out's pretty easy. Just work it. There's 2 screws. Here, I took them out already. And then there's one yeah. So those come out. There's one here. So here, here, and here. I think that's it. Oh, one here. That's not good. Try not to hit the window. I'd stopped the video, but I had to really push up on it to pop those clips out. So I found it easier to lay here and then push up on it that way, and then they popped off. Speaker, just pinch, and these, there's one back there. So I'm using an 8mm. Okay, that's 3 and it's out. It's a 10-inch Pioneer Sub. I have to take out these screws and hopefully they'll line up with those. Just gonna go in like this. Where do we want those? Oh, it's right in there. Okay, the holes actually are right on the mounting bracket holes, but as you can see, the speaker ring is just a little too small. So I don't know if I can drill that out and then put a washer. I'm going to try that, or maybe just drill new holes through the plastic and attach it that way. Let's see what I decide. I do believe this is going to work. As you can see, The holes all line up now. So I'm going to find some washers that I can put on this screw. That should hold it in there. I used my tin snips to make the holes bigger to snip them. And we'll see if that works. So I just got some washers, not too big. Put them on. I think it's going to hold pretty well. It seems pretty solid. We'll see if that works. Okay, just dropped it in there, and you can see that the speaker terminals are hitting. So I'm going to take it back out, unscrew them, and then turn it and see if I can get those terminals right in here where there's a lot more clearance. Okay, I think that's much better. Got all that room there and that opening. Tighten it down. I also got this harness. Plugs right in to the OEM Sub harness. And then I'll run a jumper, RCA jumper, to the amp. I'm going to remove this panel so I can get behind here and run my wires. I have to pop this out. There's one back there, back here, and I think I have to remove these Torx screws, and I don't know if I'm going to have to pop this out or if I can just slide it up and out. Well, give it a shot. This light right here has to come undone. This is tucked down in here also. There we go. It won't be as easy as it looks. clip's over here. That's what that noise was, a clip popping out. You're welcome. I might have to take this off. I don't know how. Well, I can see pretty well with it like this. Let's see how far that goes down. Oh, there we go. Can we work it? All right, well that's out. Clip here. I'm gonna break it. Okay, that's pretty good. I'd work with this. Here's my kicker key amp. It's gonna go in here somewhere. I don't know if I can just attach it to the top of that or somehow make a bracket so it's in here nice and secure, but it's going to go there. Here my power source. And I'll probably ground it to that one. There's another one in there. I don't know if you can see it. Or this one right here. Okay, I got my ground wire in. Ground wire. Connected. And then I ran. Let's see if you can see it here. This will get connected to the battery. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do it to. Got this choice. I have an empty one here, but it doesn't look like, I haven't tested it there. It doesn't look like there's any metal connection. And then got my fuse in. Took the fuse out. Kicker fuse. Ran it through here, and then go to this axis and into there. Okay, got it attached. Fuse is out. Ground is disconnected. Zip tied it here. I'm probably going to zip tie it here so secure it doesn't bounce around. Got those, the ground and negative attached. Now we'll move on to the RCA and hooking up the amp to the subwoofer speaker wires. Okay, plugged in the harness, ran it down this way. I was going to run it through here, but when you shut the trunk, the hinge takes up that space, and I didn't want the wires being pinched. I did run the speaker wire through here and then down through there, but the RCA cable ran it through here, let's see, down through here, you can see it, ran it through here, and I'm going to run it along just following this wire, this whole system here. So I figured that would be the best way. I found, I mean, I guess you could have ran it through some of these other holes up here, but I figured this is what the factory, they did at the factory, running it along here. So I figured it would be okay. I guess that's a power wire. I don't know if that's going to be an issue, running it alongside the RCA. I'm not crossing it, staying on top of it. So we'll see what happens. I'm using Velcro. I'm going to Velcro it to the top of that. I've seen this kicker key amp installed under seats, and I figured, well, I can Velcro it to the top of that. There's a lot more ventilation than being placed underneath a seat. So we'll see what happens from there. All right, trying to put this panel back in now that I've got everything connected. This is being a little tricky. This has to go down into that bottom one, and then that has to go into the top one, and then that'll go into that hole. So it's giving me a little problems, and I'm gonna gotta push down on this panel to get that one to go into the bottom hole. Okay, I was able to pop this piece up. Just had to pull up on it. There's some clips here, pull out, and then pull up. There's that there. One on this side too. But that's how I was able to get that out. Once I did that, as you can see, that lines up a lot better. But when I pulled this up, this thing slid out. I have no idea what that is or where it came from. All right, found out where this fell out of right in here. Goes under here, goes in there. The only problem is I'm not sure which way. I think it goes like that. But it's the net bracket. There's a part number on it, so I searched the part number, looked at the diagram, and it told me where it goes. Now, like you see, once I got this popped up, I was able to slide this in, get these clips to line up, plug the light back in. Now, just kind of working my way around. Got to get this underneath the rubber. Hear that snap? So that's in. That's in. Got to make sure that when you put this piece in, got to make sure, can't see that, can you? See it's slotted? Got to make sure it goes down in, push down. So I had to put more Velcro on the bottom of the amp and scoot it back because it was hitting the door. It was too far forward. So now I've got it scooted back more. And it's in there. And now this door shuts with no problem. And I'm able to get to the settings from the front, which I like. Kind of zip tied that up, push it off to the side. Left myself plenty of cable, wire, so I can cut that zip tie, pop it out, and actually pull it all the way out over to here, and if I need to do anything. So left myself plenty of slack. Button this back up. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but went back together. Got the covers back on. And I guess I'm going to put that fuse in and see what happens.